Hello, everybody. How are you? Time again for a consumer video. And this time we're going to talk about the 5 worst car dealers in Charleston. Now, of course, we all need a car, or many of us do. And you want to go to a good dealer. Let's avoid these 5. Let's get right into it, and then I'll have some notes at the end. The first one is Grubb. Grubb Cars, right there in downtown Charleston. The problem with Grubb, when I went in there, they said that you need to wear a tuxedo to come in here. And I said, wait a minute, the name of your place is Grubb. He said, right. That means that in the old days, we let anybody come rolling in here with their grubby clothes on, their Saturday chores clothes, their worst jeans that they wore because they were doing chores, they're cleaning the garage, cleaning the attic. Then they came in here to buy a car, and quite frankly, we couldn't stand the smell. So we changed our approach. You got to wear a tuxedo. We want to make sure you're clean and presentable, fresh and clean and ready to go. And I go, wait a minute. What if I just wear a clean T-shirt, clean shorts, and some nice clean socks and a nice clean shoes? And the guy goes, hey, man, we don't know you from a hole in the wall. If you don't come rolling in here in a tux, we're not going to sell you a car. So, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm not wearing a tux just to pick up a used Honda Accord for my kid. And so that's a no-go for Grubb car sales right downtown Charleston. The second one on our list is psychiatrist car sales. Now, psychiatrist car sales is owned and run by, believe it or not, a real live psychiatrist. And the problem with this particular car dealer is before they let you do a test drive, they make you lay down in the back seat of the car, and the salesman sits in the front. And he sits in the front and he talks to you about your childhood. He wants to know a lot about the fears and aspirations that you had when you were 6, 7 years old so that he can put you in the right vehicle. Well, guys, I know what I want. I mean, I don't think I need to go back and have some kind of revisits of the pains and the joys of 7 years old just to buy a car. I mean, what are you going to find out? When I was 7, I broke my finger because we were throwing rocks at each other. So therefore, I need to get into a Corolla. I mean, this is no-go. That's a no-go, guys. Now, number 3 on our list is Lilliputian. Now, Lilliputian is based on a famous work of creative art. And in this case, they took it a little too seriously. Because in this particular story, there's little people, and at Lilliputian Motors, right there on the near north side of Charleston, they only hire people that are under 4 feet tall. Now, listen, that's fine. I mean, in fact, the owner is under 4 feet tall, the general manager, the sales manager, that's fine. But the problem, guys, is that then they'll only sell cars that are best fit for a shorter person, a little bit smaller person. Well, I'm not exactly tall, all right? I'm 5'10". But I can't fit into some of these smaller cars that they've got on their lot over there, guys. And I imagine if you're over 5'10", 5'8", even, you're not going to fit into them either. So they're cutting out a huge chunk of the market. Now, what the owner told me was, look, yes, we don't necessarily appeal to taller people unless they want to put one car on each foot, do it that way, and roll around Charleston with 2 cars on their feet. But everybody knows you need a target market, and this is our target market. So listen, if it works for them, that's fine. But it just didn't work for me, guys. I got a crick in my neck from trying to get into one of those cars. So I'm going to have to say no for me. Maybe you all have a different experience. Now, number 4 on our list of the 5 worst car dealers in Charleston is Immediate car sales. Now, they hitched their star, I should say, to the benefit of immediate delivery, that you would be able to order a car and get immediate delivery. Well, now in today's market, you're barely going to be able to find a car. Okay, and there's such a shortage of cars in United States anyway, that the fact of an immediate delivery is out. You might as well forget it. So when I asked him, listen, I imagine you're going to have some trouble meeting your original goal of immediate delivery. What do you think in your mind? What is immediate these days? And the guy said 3 months. I go, well, all right. Now, in this case, I don't really blame them because it's just supply and demand. And right now, there's lots of demand and very little supply, kind of like the housing market. But for that reason, guys, they can't deliver on their promise. I'm going to have to put them on the list. Now, number 5 on our list is Spotlessly. This was really interesting because they had the marketing angle of we're going to make sure our cars are spotless. So they have a car wash right in the showroom. So what that means is, you're not going to get wet, but they have the windows on the car wash right in the showroom. So if you're talking to your salesman at one of those little desks that and the chairs that are usually too small for you and 2 inches shorter than the salesman's chair because they want to do that psychological trick where they're looking down on you, like they're the power. But if you look over, guys, they've built a car wash right through the showroom with obviously windows, so you don't get sprayed with soap. But they're trying to show that their cars are spotless. And really, when you get in one, guys, they really are spotless. You're going to be amazed. And the outside, I'm good at cleaning windows. I'm really good. I'm like a star window cleaner, guys. I get my windows so clean, I can see past lives of mine in the windows. When I look real close, I can see past lives. So I can tell you from an expert standpoint, they have this car spotless. But then you have the real world. You have kids, you have dogs, you have soccer practice. You have the weather of the Midwest or wherever you live. Okay, you have the Charleston weather that is just not conducive to keeping it spotless. Anybody can make it spotless day one. It's like getting a haircut. Can you reduplicate the haircut after you wash your hair? The answer is no. It never looks like it did when you left the hairstylist. Never. For like an hour. You might as well take a picture of yourself after your haircut and throw that up on the Instagram because it'll never look like that again. Well, that's the same way here, guys. It's never spotless after you leave the dealership. That's a no-go. If they came around once a week and cleaned it back up the way it was, then I might give them a break, but I'm going to have to say no. So, guys, those are the 5 worst car dealers in Charleston. If you know any others that we should put on the list to warn people about, leave a comment. Same way, if you know some really good dealers, leave a comment, guys. Let's get the word out because when you help others, you're lifting the whole community. I'll talk to you soon. I hope that helps.